Hey guys, so a lot of people have questions about the rank reset, what is going to happen, so we're going to try and cover all of that today, what exactly is going to happen in a week's time when Season 8 finally starts, and actually when Zoe finally gets another nerf as well, which will be pretty cool. We're going to look at the reset first, then the honor reset kind of slash rework is going to be a bit different next season, and then the champion changes after that. So rank reset, when is it going to happen? Morning of 16th of January, exactly in a week time, next Wednesday. It should be in the morning. It's always sometimes a little bit delayed though, so if you wake up and it's not ready for you just yet, then it will be pretty soon after that. What is going to happen? All of your ranks are going to reset back to unranked, and you'll have to play your placement games again to get a new rank for Season 8. Your MMR, which is your hidden matchmaking rating, basically what decides who you're playing with and which games you're going to go into. That will also lower depending on your pre-season final rank that you had in solo queue or flex queue, whatever you're going to play. Your honor will also reset, and the system will rework as well at the same time. MMRs will be a lot closer together, so your games will be a lot different than in pre-season as well. Next, you're going to have to play your 10 placement games that carry more weight for your MMR and climbing and stuff before you get your new rank. Your MMR, just to go into it a little bit, it is what determines who is in your game. It is the number behind your LP that really determines how you're climbing, how much LP you gain, how much LP you lose. That is MMR. It's actually the most important thing, not your LP, but you just can't see it, so people don't really think about it. Anyway, first 10 games move that MMR way more than all the others. This is why your placement games are actually quite important, but it's not the end of the world either, which we'll go into in a second. In my opinion as well, your next 20 games after this, maybe 20, maybe 25, I don't have an exact number, I don't even know if it's true, but it feels like the MMR gains from the next games after your placement ones carry more weight as well. So if you end up winning a lot of those, it will shoot your MMR up a little bit. Your LP gains will be really good, and you'll climb a lot faster, if that makes sense. So it's not all down to the first 10. I feel like the next 20 or so quite matter as well. That's how I play for anyway. First 30 games really matter of the new season. Your new rank is going to be pretty random, but as a rough guide, you'll probably end up anywhere from your current rank to an entire league below. If you're Silver 1, you could end up in Silver 5, you could go back to Silver 1, anywhere in between, depends on your placements and who you're playing with and stuff. You could go even lower, but that is pretty uncommon. Honestly, it's actually been possible in the past to be higher than your original rank last season, which doesn't really make any sense for me, but apparently that can actually happen. The last thing is people in your games, why it might feel kind of bad when you play them a bit coin flippy and stuff. You will play with a league up and a league down. So if you're Gold 5, you could be playing with anybody from Silver 5 last season to Plat 5 last season. It depends on how they are doing in their placements, how you're doing as well. But this will be why games can kind of feel more coin flip than normal, a bit more random, right? Just remember as well, if one of your lanes, like your mid laner, is getting dumpstered, it is quite possible that they're just playing versus somebody who is much better than them, and there's not really anything they can do just because of how the placements work. I think that really covers everything you need to know about the rank reset. If you have any more questions, leave them down below, and I'm sure me or somebody else will answer them for you. But that is everything you need to know for next Wednesday to not be caught off guard. Honor system is also getting reset, as we said, and a rework at the same time. It's going to be a bit different, like still 5 levels, but they'll have checkpoints within those levels as well. It works the same way, but you have new rewards. I'm just going to list the rewards on screen so you can see. Once you get to 3, 4, and 5 with those checkpoints, you actually seem to be getting a decent amount more. Apparently, it's more, basically, it's very similar, but they have mini levels within the honor ranks, which just means a lot more loot, and apparently better rewards as well, according to Riot at least. Finally, we have these champion changes. We talked about a lot of these, except the Zoe one, because that is actually new in my other 8.1 video. If you want to hear more about like the effects and stuff, I think they're going to have a bit more analysis and stuff, go and watch that video. I don't want to make this one too long. Keep this one short and sweet. I've talked about that one a little bit before, but the Zoe change is really cool. Lower damage in theory. It takes longer to register a new position. That would be why the damage is lower on her Q. So in theory, no more one-shots, maybe. Well, actually, no, she's probably going to one-shot, but a little bit less one-shot mid-game, hopefully. Her E delay, so a sleep delay before the trap actually pops up, is going to be increased, but only slightly. So I'll make it a little bit easier, but not massively. Also, her ultimate will have no delay between the exit portal being created now. I don't really know if it's going to be enough to make Zoe actually a lot worse, but the thing is, like, she's just really anti-fun to play against, so I don't think she's going to stop being banned just because people don't want to play against that type of champion. It doesn't really matter that she one-shots and stuff, people just don't find that very fun. Moving on to Brand though, I'm going to touch on this because this is actually bigger than I thought the first time around. So his passive damage has been doubled. Now it's 4% from 2% before, but what I didn't realize was that can actually stack up to 3 times. The damage actually stacks per application of it, which is kind of ridiculous. That is now 12% max health damage over 4 seconds, and another 12 to 16% max health damage on that AoE passive explosion thing as well. So when that 3 stacks actually hit and they get the AoE, so that is actually insane now. That's going to be like 24% of somebody's health just instantly gone if Brand hits 3 spells on you. The other champion changes are pretty much the same as what we talked about before. Graves, Q, mana cost, and CD down as well. W slows for more, but it slows for less time basically. Heimerdinger's ultimate turret beam damage has been lowered massively. It's a pretty hefty nerf actually. KL's AD growth is down, bonus attack speed down as well, like her innate bonus attack speed that she gets at the start of the game. Her E cooldown is slightly higher early, but it's going to be lower later as well, which is pretty cool. Skarner's E procs are going to deal more damage and stun for longer, plus he has a little bit more mana now as well. And Syndra has a bunch of bug fixes on her ultimate, but that is it for champions. Rune stuff really quickly. Predator is getting a few buffs. 50% of the cooldown is going to be refunded if it gets interrupted, which makes it a lot more viable, I think. And also, if it's procced by AoE now, an AoE spell or something, the target with the lowest health is actually going to be hit by the Predator damage. Also, resolve stat bonuses. They are now split between health and the stat provided by the secondary or primary pass. So it's now going to be 65 health plus some attack speed or some AD and AP, depending on whether you take domination, sorcery, or precision secondary. But this is also going to be the same if you take one of those primary and then take resolve secondary as well. It'll be the same health and a bit of AD or attack speed or AP. That is going to catch you up very quickly on 8.1, the rank reset with the patch hitting now as well. Remember to leave a like if you enjoyed, but for now I will leave you with the robots.